So why do people vent to people outside the relationship than to the person that they're in the relationship with? Well, welcome back to My Opinion, guys. That's today's topic. So again, the question is, why do people vent to people outside the relationship instead of talking to the person that they're in a relationship with? That was a question that was a topic that someone wanted me to do, a viewer wanted me to do. So I thought about that, and this is what I came up with. This is not always the case, but this is a pretty good thought. Turn my phone off on vibrate so it won't mess up the video. But anyway, I think that a lot of times people have poor communication in the relationship, especially for men. There's a lot of men out there who don't know how to talk to their girl, because a lot of times you get a lot of women say, why don't you open up to me? Why don't you tell me what's wrong and this and that? And men kind of look at it like as nagging, because it's kind of like being more in tune with your feelings a little bit. So men, we're not quite as in tune to our feelings as women are. So we kind of brush off a lot of stuff. We clam up. We hold a lot of stuff back, and we go do other things to kind of release, I guess, the tension or whatever else, like talking to some of our boys a little bit, or, kind of playing video games or basketball, watching sporting events or some of that kind of stuff. So we tend to do that a lot. And I think that women talk to men a lot, and they try to talk things out more than a man would. And I think that a lot of women get tired of talking. So they get to the point where they're like, look, I've already talked to this dude over and over again. I told him what's bothering me. It seemed like I didn't matter. I don't matter to him. And he's taking what I'm telling him lightly. So then they start talking to their friends, which some of their single friends give them the worst freaking advice ever. Oh, girl, I wouldn't put up with that. I would just leave them. And you know how they do. You know how single girls are. Most single women are, now they are. I ain't got to tell you. They kind of little. But anyway, so they go tell some of their friends, and I think that's one of the biggest things, because they've tried to talk to their guy, and their guy just hadn't been, he hasn't been a part of opening up the lines of communication. So it kind of makes it hard. So when you have two people that don't know how to really communicate, or especially people that when you start talking about a situation, the next thing you know, it gets heated and you start arguing. So a lot of people are like, look, I don't even want to go through all that. I've told him what's wrong, or I just don't even want to tell him what's wrong, him or her. And so they just feel like if I do, it's going to start an argument, and it's just not worth the argument. When in all actuality, sometimes it's better to vent it out to your partner. And you know what? It's not a bad thing to ask your friends, because sometimes your friends can give you a different perspective if they're true friends. Like, I've had friends, and I've given really good advice to some of my friends too, that if you're my friend, just because you're my friend doesn't necessarily make you right. If you're doing something in a relationship that's wrong, I'm going to tell you. You're my friend, and I should tell you when you're right, and I'm going to damn sure tell you when you're wrong. And so that way, when you go back to your relationship, you owe it to that person to, sometimes you see what you're doing wrong. And I've been told a lot of times I was wrong on some things that I did not see. And I think that helps when you can do that. But if you got friends that always tell you, oh man, don't worry about that, let's go do this over here. Sometimes those are not true friends, or sometimes your friends are tired of hearing you guys argue back and forth. So they're telling you things to kind of break up your relationship, because they're tired of you getting on their nerves, asking the same thing over and over and over and over again, when you know that this dude is sleeping with his baby mama. And no matter how many times your girl tell you that, you're going to keep going back to him. So she gets tired of hearing that. So you know what she tells you? Leave him. Go with Eric over here, or Jared over here, or whatever. He's a pretty cool dude. He's got a good job. He ain't got no kids. Girl, he'll treat you right. That's when it starts coming to those kind of things. So you guys know what I'm getting at. But if in a relationship, if you can't keep it civil and talk your problems out, then sometimes it is best to go vent out to other people, and that way you can come back in with a clear head, because some people's relationships are very volatile. I mean, they're ready to explode at any time. So you got some people that just don't know how to hold a conversation. The first thing they want to do is argue. So what do? Do you ruin your relationship because of small things, which is going to turn to be something bigger down the road? It's kind of hard. But that's my opinion of why people do it. And I'll make a video on how to get past some of those things. So make sure you like, subscribe, and share, because I'm going to do a follow-up video on how to get past those relationships where you try to talk, but most of the time you guys are arguing. And when you start arguing, it's just two people trying to prove the other one wrong instead of trying to work out their problems, you know? So until next time, like I said before, like, subscribe, and share. Make sure you share it with your girls, because I'm sure, ladies, you got that one friend that's been trying to tell you it over and over and over again, and you might need to hear it from a male's point of view. So hit me up, share it. If you like it, put it down in the comment below. And if you don't like it and you think it's the wrong advice, hey man, I've been wrong before. Put it down in the comment section. Let me know how you feel. So until next time, I'm out.